I was born with a curved spine, and it gave me a lot of problems in my life. And as I was getting older, it got worse. And by the time I was in my late 30s, early 40s, somewhere around there, it really was a problem. And I was taking a lot of painkillers on a continuous cycle just to be able to manage my body and the pain my body was holding and the frequency. So, and I was starting at that point, I was starting to do the work that I was doing as well. Um, Actually, I'd been doing it for a few years. So there was a part of me that was quite frustrated with I was healing spiritually a lot and emotionally and mentally a lot, but I still had this very deep physical pain that was just seemed to be getting worse. And I was really getting frustrated with that. Why am I doing all this work? And yet my body is feeling worse and worse. Like, why is this happening? Should I not be able to heal my own body? So anyhow, one day I was out at a women's trade show thing, and I ran across a chiropractor, and I got talking with him, and he did his measurements. He ran this measurement thing up and down my spine that tested the stress that I was holding in my spine, and what my curvature and everything was, right? And it lit up red almost completely all the way from the base of my skull down to the tailbone, right? Red. And he's like, wow, like that was a lot. And I was like, yeah, I've heard this all before. I've been down the chiropractor route. I really was kind of disregarding. It was just sort of, I did it because it was there at the show, but I was like, yeah, that's a fancy little device and everything. But what he caught me on is he says, if you follow my program, as I tell you to, fully, I will guarantee you 90% improvement. And I was like, you guarantee me 90% improvement of what I'm living through right now, I'll do anything you ask. Okay. And so that's how our relationship started. And I went to him 3 days a week for quite a while, for quite a few weeks, a couple months or something like that. I can't remember how the protocol went, but it was like at the beginning, I know for quite a while, it was 3 days a week. And he would adjust my spine. Now he is physically going, it's a chiropractor, they're physically going in and they're cracking your spine and adjusting and straightening it up, right? The side of it, and what was so great about him, is he actually had an understanding of how this spreads through your body on a more energy base. Okay, not just the physical manipulation of the body. He understood that when you release something in the body, it has a chain reaction that goes through the emotion, mental, and spiritual aspects. And so I would get these adjustments, and then I'd be wrecked. I was so exhausted afterwards. I slept so much during this time period. It was very hard to continue taking care of my kids and running my life the way I had been doing it. I cut back on everything I was doing, and just did what I had to do in order to get through this because I was so tired. And I was so emotional. I would cry for no reason at all. Often I'd walk out of these sessions just bawl my eyes out all the way home. And what was happening is through the physical manipulation, it was triggering the release of all the traumas my body was holding.